Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dave. I'm back in the flesh for another legendary video. Appreciate you guys coming through and show your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you be in the known of whenever a new video drops. But let's go ahead and get into this in-depth review for TNA Bound for Glory that took place in Detroit, Michigan, the home of Rhino. More importantly, the original legends, the Motor City Machine Guns. They had a return of so many great different things and legends in the house to pretty much be there for the culmination of the Hall of Fame for Rhino. More importantly, as well as for Bob Ryder, a true late legend, and pretty much they were inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame. There was rumors going about that AJ Styles was asked to be in the Hall of Fame, but he was originally the original one to decline after people were in the internet wrestling community was putting out shots saying that WWE was the one that shot it down. But AJ pretty much put it to bed to rest and said that because he's still an active competitor, he doesn't feel it's right to be put in the Hall of Fame when he's still actually wrestling. I give more props to him on that, and you can't go wrong when it comes to what AJ Styles truly was feeling. We get things over to the next following thing that was going on. We had the tag team action of Ash by Elegance and Heather Reckless taking on Zaya Brookside and Brittany Reese for picking up the victory over those two ladies and a phenomenal, great tag team match. Other than that, Brittany Reese put on a showcase being part of NXT, but she held her own. But these ladies got the crowd involved in it. It wasn't nothing lackluster, a lot of back and forth. Other than that, things were decent for what it was for the actual match. And I give it a solid 3 out of 8 for the women's division for tag team action. We switched things up into the countdown to Bound for Glory, another one. Frankie Kazarian got the victory over in a 20-man call your shot gauntlet. I like the way how things were set up with. The pace was a lot more better this following year with the call your shot. There was no surprise entrance whatsoever from people that previously been part of the company. But they put on a showcase for everybody that was involved, including all the luchadors that were involved, including Laredo Kid, and so many other more. The biggest pop of the night was after was Rhino pretty much eliminating more than anybody, at least 5 superstars, and he got the biggest pop after everybody was being involved. AJ Francis was down there. The final 4 was AJ Francis, JDC, as well as Rhino and Frankie Kazarian. But of course, Frankie was able to get the low blow and got the most heat by throwing the big Rhino over the top rope to get the victory. We get things for the TNA X Division Championship. Mike Bailey versus El Hydro del Viking. What, man, this mess was high drama, fast paced. Mike Bailey held his own as being a true champion. He got the victory over him. But this was full throttle. Everybody was highly invested. People were chanting, "This is awesome." But it seemed like Vikingo had twisted his leg in a portion of the match, but it was a whole lot of back and forth. But later on in the evening, they saw that he was on crutches after this actual match. It was great spots, a lot of great technical wrestling. It was everything that you really want to get out of it. I'll say maybe it was a 4 out of 5 stars. It was very eventful. And they did their thing tonight when it came to the X Division, really stepping it up. Mike Bailey continues to be in his own, and he held his own the following weekend, over the weekend on that Friday, where he took on no other than Takeshita, which was a decent one when it came to Canadian wrestling. And you got your money's worth when it came to those two of having AEW and TNA mixing it up in singles action over in that promotion. As well as we end up having TNA World Tag Team Championships on the line with Spitfire, Danny Luna, and Jody Threat. In tag team action as the champions took on Rosemary and Wendy Chu. This match was okay for what it was. Wendy Chu held her own. The gimmick is getting over, but it was okay for what it was. Spitfire continued to be the face of the tag team division for the women's division, and it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of pressure between those two. Spitfire pretty much doing their thing, and a lot of depth into this tag team match, a lot of transitional tag team moves, but Spitfire was able to pick up the victory after Wendy Chu got speared by Rosemary, followed by putting the bed to rest after things broke down with the drama that had happened. We get to Josh Alexander, who defeated Steve Macklin in a decent singles match. This match was with so many implications, but a lot of bad blood when it came to everything that had transpired. But more importantly, I enjoyed majority of it. You got nothing unturned when it came to these two. Steve Macklin was like he was the face, and they were kind of going for him when it came to the course of this actual match. But of course, when it came to no other than Josh Alexander, he's the true lethal weapon for a reason. He held his own, but it was good. 100%. I'll give us a 4 out of 5 stars. Couldn't got anything better when it came to Steve Macklin as well as Josh Alexander. Get to the Monsters Ball. This one was something that was highly interesting. It was for the Digital Media Championship and the Canadian International Heavyweight Championship. That's PCO took on Matt Cardona. What more can you have got out this match other than the kitchen sink? But the theme was what it was. Matt Cardona was dressed as a Ghostbuster. The far pace of this match was everything that you could have got, including the bump for a table spot. And it was a whole lot of back and forth as the big man, PCO, was able to pick up the victory and defeat Matt Cardona. And I enjoyed everything about this match that you could have put on to display for the hardcore division or for the digital media. Mike Satana defeated Moose, which was surprising. Mike Satana has now officially beaten every single member of the system, as this match was a big opportunity for both guys to step up and deliver. They held their own, and it was great to see how these things continue to pick things up, including with the energy of the crowd and the drama that was unfolding with the action. The crowd was dipped off a little bit, but more importantly, I enjoyed it for what it was, and there was nothing unturned that you could have got out this match, including the appearance from Tommy Dreamer and Frankie, the referee. He was kind of like seeing stuff, but kind of just kind of like could have even DQ'd Moose for a couple of tactics throughout the course of the match, but they still let things fly, and things was okay for the was. And this actual match was booked by Tommy Dreamer. He was the one that actually was in charge of it as being the road producer to make sure things were smooth for this match. And I give props to Tommy Dreamer when it comes to that actual singles match. TNA Knockouts match for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. Masha Slamovich versus the champion Jordan Grace, who has been dominant through the course of 2024. She really has gave us her all. More than importantly, she has kept us highly invested through the course of everything that happened. Masha finally got that victory over Jordan that was much needed, as she's officially the new TNA champion of the women's division. But it was everything that was similar to the Mike Bailey and El Vicino match. It was the fans were open to it. It started off as a spot fest, but then things got technical. And when it came towards the end of everything, things were looking good. When it came down to the ending, both ladies showed respect towards each other. And this likely is Jordan Grace's final run as the Knockouts champion, as her contract is officially deemed to expire. And she will be making her way towards WWE, as WWE is known for when they're close to their contract, they buy them out, and then they go over to the big leagues for World Wrestling Entertainment. Then we get to the main event. Nic Nemeth, the champion, taking on, everybody knows, if you're a fan of him, you already know about Joe Hendry. But other than that, it was good for what it was. A lot of back and forth. Perky Kazarian was the special guest referee. He was involved as well. He was kind of keeping things under one. We also had appearance from JBL that kept things under wraps. A lot of back and forth. And this was one of the main events of the night until we got to the Full Metal Mayhem, which stole the show as to close out everything. But it was everything that you could have asked for. Nic Nemeth was able to pick up the victory with the Danger Zone. Got the pinfall on Joe Hendry, which I was surprised. I thought they was going to actually give Joe Hendry the title. But more importantly, they were more invested into Nic Nemeth. But Joe Hendry is the most over man as you colleague can get. And I don't know which direction they're going with him. Maybe he's making that leap as well to go in W, but he still got some months left into his contract. He's not going anywhere until 2026. But if WWE wants him, they'll buy him out of his contract, and then TNA will just take it on the chin. Then we get ready for the following one of the night, the Full Metal Mayhem for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. It's the Hardys versus ABC, Austin Aries, and not Austin Aries, but Ace Austin and Chris Bay, taking on the system of Eddie Edwards and no other than Brian Myers, the champions. This was everything you could have got from them. Seemed like a full ladders and tables and chairs, a lot of back and forth. Everything you could have got for the Hardys were limited at this point in the match, but they held their own through the course of everything that was going on. Chris Bay took a hard spot and knocked himself out. Definitely got injured in the course of everything. I know post-match they were showing via social media on X, formerly known as Twitter, that he was carted out. He was taken to the hospital, and things really took a hard pace. But the Hardys were able to become the new TNA Tag Team Champions once again, as they have found their niche of being part of the company. They feel happy where they are currently at the moment. And overall, TNA did a phenomenal job. It was pretty mid at best when it came to everything that happened through the course of everything that took place with all the multiple matches. Eventually delivered with full potential of still growing, but it had a reflection of what it originally once was, and it found itself. But the booking needs to get a lot better. The storylines need to become more intriguing. The Knockouts division is now stepping up and becoming a lot better each and every single week. But we shall see how things skip a pace as we get ready to turn the page into 2025. But we shall see how it's turning up. But I enjoyed how everything was looking, and it's looking good 100%. But post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.